Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurazo here. Come in guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for you guys today. We have a lot of cards going terminal that I'm going to show you guys over here, as well as a lot of great suggestions from you guys in the comment section. Again, when you guys suggest me a buyout or cards to go over, I always love that, especially when you add reasoning and all that. If you guys don't remember, it's been a long time since I've actually said this, but my favorite part about YouTube is the community and talking to you guys. I always love having conversations with guys in our Discord, comment section, all that. So without further ado, I'm just going to begin. Remember to just smash that like button. Thank you for giving me 100 likes on the last Market Watch. That was awesome. If we could do that again, that'd be great. Subscribe if you're not already. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, anything on TCG Player, use my link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Check out Tapio Cards, my sponsor. 5% off code Saki. We also have a new sponsor, Whatnot. If you've never heard of it, if you register with my link, I believe you get $15 off your first purchase, and you could buy Yu-Gi-Oh! You could buy like shoes, sneakers, and a bunch of collectibles. It's kind of like a better eBay, if that makes sense. A much better eBay in a way. So go register with my link. It's down in the description below. And we're just going to get right into this right over here. Thank you to my YouTube channel members, by the way, as well. You guys are going to get another video next week. If you're not a YouTube channel member and you want more Saki videos, consider being one. 1-for-1 CR. I told people at like $30, $40 that this is a great pickup because 1-for-1 is such an iconic card. And if you could play 1-for-1 in a deck, you're going to play 1-for-1. It's that good of a card. I mean, it specials any level 1 from the hand or deck. But you have to send a monster from your hand to the graveyard's cost. So it's a pretty bad Ash target here. I said I could see these up towards 100 one day. Well, today's that day. Not even a year. 150 because I'm counting 1,000 sales plus $150 here. Okay. Should you be buying CR 1-for-1 at that price? Absolutely not. Not at all. Forbidden Droplet ultis here. I want to talk about this because someone asked me, well, when should we pick up ultis versus rarity collection, all that? Well, now that we got our first rarity collection, we understand that our prismatic ultis are not that good looking. A lot of player bases are torn on it. I would say it's more like 2/3 dislike prismatic ultis, and the other third are either fine with it or like it. It's definitely what people would consider the least favorite rarity outside of maybe the platinum, but I actually really like the platinum. When should you get the ultis versus the quarter century / prismatic ultis? Well, I think that when it comes to a card like Droplet, people are going to look at the ultis and still consider this the highest rarity. When you look at the quarter century here, they're about 32 right over here for your quarter centuries, whereas the ultis here are about 82, 85. So this has way over the value of the quarter century, and this card was around $300 at one point, and now you could get a playset for less. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. I would highly recommend getting the ultis, and the rule I would generally use is when you have a ulti that is some type of staple, it's going to be the highest rarity regardless, even compared to like the quarter century or the prismatic ultimate rare. That's always the best way to go. Do not panic sell at a really bad price either. I would not recommend doing that. Then you have the OGs. Want to go over these real quick. $8. That's still pretty low. I know there's a big wall of 1,000, but hey, if you want a set of droplets, OGs, $24. That's good. 1-for-1. I want to go over the 5Ds copy because this card is actually kind of cheap. Right now they're about 5s, 7s for lightly played. That's pretty good. If you want a 1-for-1 that's a higher rarity, this was max rarity at one point until we got the CR. So $7, I mean, that's still pretty good. And 5Ds ultras, they're kind of hard to come by, especially since that set was really quickly out of stores. People really love how the ultras look in Legendary Collection 5Ds. I mean, the ultras looked amazing. I actually had a conversation with someone yesterday about this version, and they were like, yeah, ultras always look like shit. They look good for once. And Konami said, yep, we're never going to do that again. Yubel. Now, there's a lot of Yubel buyouts. Now, Ultimate Nightmare, Legendary Collection 2 Secrets. Now, I don't think that people should be buying at this price, but guys, 100, 115, 120, and 2 people bought around the $100 mark. That is ridiculous. Honestly, I hope you get hit with that cyber scam, because if you're spending $120 on this, your money's better elsewhere. I mean, this is not the OG. This is Legendary Collection too. You do have the OGs though. Now OGs 65. I mean, think about it like this: you could have got an OG instead of a secret, instead of a reprint secret, at half the price, and you chose to waste your money. That's crazy to me. 85, 90. First editions here are about 120, 143. Okay. Could be a lot worse. So I actually almost missed the rare on this, and the rare is also about 20-ish, $25. I bet you guys have this card in your bulk if you've been playing for a long time. Raw Yellow Mega Pack is always the gift that just keeps on giving. Then you have Yubel, Terror Incarnate, Phantom Darkness. The OGs. Now, I told people to get this one here. And by the way, very quickly before I move forward, I think TCG Player is doing a new thing where they show you, they put the near man light play and like the moderately played at like different places. I'm not too sure why. I don't know if that's a glitch or if they're trying something new, but I thought I'd note it. But I told people, hey, $2 to $3, this card's your best friend. I see 10s. Well, 9 for a light play here, 8 for a light play, 16, 18s, and then 35. And this card is selling at this double-digit number here. Yeah, if you guys got this one, good job. I mean, this is an OG Ultra from Phantom Darkness, and it's an anime card, so I never really understood why first editions were below $5. I mean, that's just kind of crazy to me. Secrets, I mean, people prefer the secrets. Max rarity, 25, 29 here, $40. Personally, when I play an anime deck, I like original print more than high rarity. Although I will take high rarity if the card that is an original print is not a holo. If it's like a holo, even like a super, I'll still play it over something else. It's very rare that I do something different. There is an exception right over here. Very quickly, by the way, the ultis are... What are ultis here? At 42, 45. Okay, that's not too bad. And that's like first said, there's no unlimited near mint light plays. Huh. Yeah, no unlimited. Wow. That's actually not that bad. You know, $42. That's still pretty good. But Yubel here supers are also bought out at the 30-ish dollar mark. They went back to about 15s. I said, well, Konami better make this like a common OTS, please, something. And they chose not to. And your secrets, which this card just looks amazing. This is like one of those exceptions where I'm like, well, I would love to play OG print, but this secret looks so good, I have to play it. And these are about 45 for a light play here, then 77. So, hey, if you need 2 copies, Gamer's Choice gotcha, but 45 is a lot of money for this card. Then you have Little Knight right over here. These are about 133, 135. I mean, we still have events coming up. I think a lot of people are actually banking on this being in 25th. I feel like that's a lot of people. And honestly, while it is a possibility, Konami might short print it like crazy. But if they have 7 different rarities, I mean, you can only short print something so much, right? So kind of what's the point? But I do feel like they will squeeze some type of reprint out of Little Knight before the tins, but make it extremely short print so it doesn't really affect the card's price. I do see that coming. I really do. Quarter centuries here. You got light play for 520, near mint for 620. I was actually watching MCO40's Market Watch when he covered this card recently. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. And he said, I don't know why someone's trying to quick sell this for 520 up to 625. And I never really understood that kind of. By the way, I love MCO40. Before anyone says anything, I asked him for channel advice when I had like 200 subs before. Met him at a event. Really, really awesome guy. Met him at multiple events, by the way. But I remember when I met him for the first time. Nice guy. Really, really nice. But the reason someone's fiery selling this when they're really 625 is it's light play. So they're like, well, if I put my light play at 600, let's be real. If you're going to spend 625 on a card, you're not going to shortcut yourself and spend 600 on a light play version when a near mint 625. Like, if you have to penny pinch that hard, it's better you don't purchase this card. And that's not even me trying to insult anyone either. That's just how it goes. So a 520 for a light play is very fair. They're like, well, you get an LP version, but $100 off. Now that's significant. I think that's very fair. Bonfire, Maze of Millennia, 95s here, 98, 100. I mean, we're gonna get ascended. This card's gonna go up even higher. I still believe that this card, if we did not get ascended, this card would be more towards the $60 mark still. I said 60 to 70, possibly 50s, depending, because it's not short print, but probably 60s. And it did go down towards the 70, about $70, and then we got ascended reveal, and I said, yep, GG on that. CRs are about 210. Yeah, I'd rather not pay for that. The CR doesn't look that great either. I've seen the CR in person. Don't get me wrong, the TCG player scan doesn't look that good either, but in person it doesn't look that great. It doesn't look terrible, but Lonefire supers, let's go over these. I remember when these were like 50, $60, and I didn't get them. 215, 220. But at least we have another rarity besides super, because like Lonefire has so many super printings, it's not even funny. Crimson Blader, Legendary Collection 5Ds here. These are about $5, well, about $4.50 fives right over here for your secret rares. Now, this card is a card that bounces between like 5 and like 12 all the time. And it's a buy low, sell high kind of card. And I've seen these cards as low as 4, and it's going down to the $4 mark. And this is definitely a card you're going to want to keep an eye on. It's the highest rarity is from Legendary Collection 5Ds, and that is a more rare version to get. This, if we ever get Dragon Ruler format, people have played this in Dragon Ruler format. If you can make synchros and you can make this, you make it against Dragon Rulers, because it kind of becomes an almost an auto win against the tier 0 deck of that format. So people, if you want to play that format, well, Crimson Blader Turbo is a way to win it, and there are synchro decks in that format, and that format might become quite popular. Being also, this card is not bad even against current decks as well if you can make it. I feel like we're gonna see this teched in top 32 decks, and people are gonna be like, wow, I never knew this card was good, when they obviously knew the card was good, but they didn't see someone who's pro play it yet. And once they see someone who's pro play it, they'll be like, okay, we can play this, we can jump on the bandwagon. I'm telling you right now, get your copies. Supers are like $3, but I won't even bother with supers, just because if supers are 3 and secrets are like 8, 9, that's one thing. But if secrets are about $5 here and supers are 3s, and then you also are paying that shipping, you might as well get the secrets. Then you have the Gondor, the Dragon of Destruction. Now this went up recently because it was supposed to be played in some sort of deck. I don't remember which one. But it's interesting. You pay off your life points, you move from play all cards on the field. For every card that's removed by this effect, the card gains 3 to attack. And it's sent to the graveyard at the end phase the turn it was summoned. Okay. $5. About $3 to $5, going up to about $9 here. Okay. That's not too bad. This card was actually not that bad, even for the time. I feel like if you paid, even though life points mattered, depending on what your opponent set and all that, you could have summoned this and either forced a Solemn Judgment. This is not a bad card for older formats. Like, it feels like a board breaker, honestly. 5, going up to about $9 here. If you want your cheap copies, I mean, you got copies for 3, 4, then they go up to 9 really quickly. Might not be a bad card to grab. It is a jump card as well, so it's collectible. Borrelsword. Now, I found something very interesting here. So, if you go near mint first ed here, and let's go without photos, you have 19 listings. And then right over here for your Battles of Legends here, if you go without photos near mint, these have 10 listings. You got $6 here, up to $15.33. I don't get it. I really don't. But then you have your OGs here at about $10. Okay. I still think this card is actually quite good. About $13. I feel like if they ever banned access code, people would just go right back to playing this card. Silent Swordsman, these are, $8, $9. And then you got your Magicians at about 20. Going up to 30, actually. This card is announced for the reprint. Luckily, I believe it was 25th that announced it. I could be incorrect, but I remember these guys announced, and I went over them, and I'm like, yes, good. Silent Magician need a reprint for years, and we're finally getting one. Fighting Flame Swordman CR is like 45 to 50. All the people who cried over Infernoble being hit are going to this deck. I feel bad for them, to be honest with you here. You got your Ultimate Flame Swordman at 38.40. And then you also have the Secret Flame Swordsman at 16s here, which is actually quite interesting. 11s for your Fighting Flame. 20 for your super here. I know the deck also plays Charles. I want to look at Charles very quickly here. Charles, quarter century, 47, not that bad. $5 for your regular one. And your ultras have gone up. These were about $1. Now they're about $2 to $3. Okay. Gaining a little bit of value. The spike is because it is played. And this card is a soft once per turn, which is good because it negates a spell or trap. So, it protects it evenly. Tight, spell trap board breakers. If your opponent has a really good spell and you have Ash and you're like, I could just save this and just negate. You could at least blow like one of them on whatever you kind of see that's like decent. So like a field spell, maybe a Paw Prosperity. They pay cost. It's not bad for sure. It's interesting at the very least. But yeah. Then you have your honest CRs. I went over this before it was bought out, when it was bought out, and I'm gonna go over it again because I feel like people don't always watch my full market watches, because sometimes I get comments where people are like, can you go over this? And I'm like, yeah, just go to like the 17-minute mark and you'll literally see it. So it's like, but it is what it is. But I don't know if I went over in the last market watch or the one before that, but one of the two. Well, 36 going up to about 40s, 60s here. Not shocked. When I grabbed this at 36.40, it's not bad, but 20 was way better. And I might as well talk about Dark Honest here. Now, I'm not going to kid around. People are going to look at this card afterwards, and there could be potential of a buyout just because people will be like, oh, Honest, let's go Dark Honest. Not understanding why Honest got bought out. Honest is not being played right now. And I don't think that unless there is a deck that is somewhat competitive that somehow searches fairies for free, essentially, and it's like, well, you could play one copy of Honest to search it, right? It's fine, right? Cool, right? And they don't need their normal summon, so you could just keep poking with this, possibly. Who knows, right? But this is for older format. Let's not kid ourselves, all right? This is going up because of Edison, collector card, and all that jazz. Dark Honest does not carry any of that weight. Now, a collector might get this just because it exists, and they're like, oh, they finally made a Dark Honest. I'll get that. Cool. That's a possibility. But chances are a lot of people who are trying to collect right now might not know about Dark Honest CR existing, or they might not care. The majority fall into that category. Now, these are $9 here, and people are going to look at the Honest and be like, well, this is less than $10 for the CR. It does not cost me much, and this card could go up. There is a chance for this card to go up, but it might be because people are misinformed on why the Honest is going up. Or they might just say, hey, it could follow suit just cuz. Which, to be honest with you here, that's somewhat of a valid reason, because it could go up just cuz Honest went up here. If you are debating on getting the Dark Honest at $10, the way I see it is like, what's this card going to go to? 6? It's not going to go to $6 probably. Could go to like, 7 maybe? You're losing $2 on a CR? 8s possibly? You could get like a playset if you really want to because it looks cool. Why not? I do feel like this card it's way more reward than risk, but it's probably, there's a decent percent of like neutral gains. Like, yeah, you can see this we could check back at this and say March, right? March 1st. And we could be like, wow, Dark Honest, if you got them at 9, good job. They're $13 or $14. We could. $3, $4, $5 difference. If you guys, by the way, if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please use my phone link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And if you enjoy the Market Watch, just consider being a YouTube channel member. I know that you guys don't want to hear this again, but I am trying to turn YouTube into a little more of a part-time job. I'll never make it a full-time job, but just enough where I can start cranking out like 4 to 5 videos a week, and I could do like different videos. Like I could do like 2 to 3 market watches. I could do like a 5 cards. I could do a news. I could do a deck profile. I could do a collab, right? Like I could do multiple videos, even like, double uploads more often. So Centurion Primera CR here, 9 listings, like 95. That's Gucci. You got the other CR at about 78, 75. The new support does help issues with the deck. I will give it that. Archlord Christia, quarter centuries. Want to go over this? I said this would fall between 60 to 80. We saw them at 65. I said, hey, that's pretty good. Now you got copies at about 62 here. If you guys want Archlord Christia, 60, it's not bad. And then Memento Angel Witch CR, 17 listings here. They go up to 50, but at 36, that's fair. That's very, very fair for this card. Well, what do you guys think about this market watch? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what cards I'm going over. Remember to smash that like button. If you guys likes in this video, that'd be great. I have a 5 cards to have your back to have in your trade binder for February. I don't know when I'm gonna put it in because we have sneak peek weekend. That's probably gonna be the next video. So if I can't get it out by tomorrow, I'm probably gonna have to get it out by next week. But we have the Monday market watch, we have the Tuesday live stream, and then Wednesday we have the case opening of Phantom Nightmare. So it's like, well, maybe I can get it out for next week's Friday, Saturday. That is possible, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.